It's Your Perspective Talk Show. It's Thursday, April 10th, 2014. We have a special guest in the studio, Mr. Gary James, the author, well-renowned. Talk to him. If you all have some questions for him, you all could call in. The phone number to reach us is 340-201-9005. Good night to the world. Good night, St. Croix, Virgin Islands. We're here live from St. Croix and St. Croix.
And the Virgin Islands.
And the Virgin Islands.
And the VI Massive, too.
We're sending special love to everybody on St. Croix. How was your night? How was your day? Hope you had a great and wonderful one and continue to have a blessed evening.
Yes, sir. Just definitely give us a call. Let us know how your day went. Hope it was positive, productive. Mine was. As little as I did, it was still productive.
Right.
But we're here, man. I'm excited. This is the third night, and just still continuing to get more and more positive feedback from the people, man, and say, just keep it moving straight and forward and up.
Yes.
That's it, man. So
that's what we're going to do.
I'm taking that advice, and we're just going to go until we got another objective,
Right.
Definitely. So just keep it moving straight ahead, man.
Definitely.
Yes, it's Your Perspective Talk Show. This is Thursdays. It's what time is it here? It's about 8:05. 8:05. We're excited to have our guest in the house, Gary James. Our first time meeting his brother. I'm going to learn a few things tonight, man. I got to step my game up. Definitely, man. My game is tight. Real tight. But hey, there's always room for improvement,
Yes, I.
So give us a call. We're on Facebook. Just search "It's Your Perspective Talk Show." It'll pop right up. That's our page. And the website is coming soon. It's like 99%.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still
working out the kinks.
Yeah, still getting it right.
All right. All right.
I still want that to be a big bang.
Right.
Cool. So soon you'll know when it's ready because we'll be talking about it.
Right.
Definitely. So we're gonna take a quick break. Let me get a sip of water and we'll be right back.
All right. Good night. We are back. It's Your Perspective Talk Show from St. Croix, the Virgin Islands, the U.S. Virgin Islands. I'm with co-host
David, a.k.a. Kimba Christian.
And we have our special guest in the studio, author, Mr. Gary. Gary, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excellent, man. I'm very inspired to be here with you brothers.
All right.
It's quite a thing to see so much technology before me.
Yes, I thank you, man. Thank you.
Really pleased to be a part of this new foundation here. In your first week of launch.
Yes.
And as I understand, I'm your first guest, so I appreciate that.
You are honored. You are honored.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother. And thank you for coming out. You understand, for gracing us with your presence, your wisdom, your knowledge. Gary, what made you get into writing? What made you get into journalism?
Well, I always had a passion for writing, going back to high school.
Okay.
I don't consider myself a journalist. I'm not trained in journalism. I'm a natural writer.
Okay.
And all of my life and professional career has included writing. And it is just only within the last 10 years that I've become a published author. But during the 60s, as a professional organizer, and I studied with him the remainder of his life, the 20 years he spent in New York. And during that time, he founded two distinct entities. One was the Trinity Ecumenical Cultural and Development Center, and the other was the Order of Balthazar Monastery.
Okay.
So the book speaks to the role of Professor Kaza and the Ethiopian Orthodox Church in New York, which began in the 1950s when Emperor Selassie visited New York City and, in fact, presented the Ethiopian cross to the late Congressman Adam Clayton Powell Jr. at Abyssinia Baptist Church. And so the extent of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church of North and South America was a major force in Harlem, and it lasted until the formally until the demise of the primate Abuna Bishop Michael.
Okay. If for the people them that don't know, could you explain to them who was the Magis and what was Belshazzar's role in presenting this back into Ethiopia?
Well, the Magi was a group that is very ancient in terms of the Middle East, but it became introduced to Abyssinia, Ethiopia, in 1000 BC. As you may recall, during 1000 BC was when the son of King Solomon and Sheba was trained in Jerusalem in his father's court and left for Ethiopia after being consecrated by his father as the first Ethiopian emperor in 1000 BC. And so when Menelik left Jerusalem for Ethiopia, with him along his entourage was the firstborn of the royal court, which also included the Order of the Magi.
Okay.
And so the Magi existed in Ethiopia from 1,000 years before the birth of Christ. Now, during the advent of Christianity, the birth of Jesus Christ, New Testament scripture speaks to the role that the Magi played in the course of his birth, prior to the birth of Jesus and during the birth of Jesus. New Testament scripture talks to the role that King Herod played with respect to querying the Magi. And the scripture also speaks to the fact that the Magi were the first visitors to the infant Christ who brought offerings to the infant Christ. And it was Balthazar who was the wise man from Ethiopia who presented myrrh to the infant Christ, which symbolized his impending sacrifice. And now, once the visitation of the Magi was complete, Balthazar traveled back to Ethiopia and issued what is called the Nez Gid, which is the Ethiopian word which means the call to worship. So, following the birth of Christ, Balthazar issued the first call to worship for the fulfillment religion, and that was really the beginning of the Christian community in Ethiopia.
It sounds like, Brother James, that Ethiopia then is like one of the first founding nations to really be a Christian nation. Way before, seem like way before Rome, which they don't tell us. They don't let the public know that it is the oldest Christian nation. Is that so?
Well, that is absolutely so, and in fact, Ethiopia has been thoroughly written out of the popular historical Christian narrative. But the fact remains that the Church of Rome, Roman Catholicism, came 300 years after the fact of Christianity.
Yes.
You will recall that Rome enjoys a colorful history of persecution.
This is Thursday night, our third night. David, how are you? What's going on?
Yes. Sorry, man. I'm just making sure, getting some different vibes from different people that are out there listening and checking. One saying it's this, one saying it's that. But I think we're okay, man. Thank you for coming out.
All right.
This is just grand, man.
We're going to take a quick break. We could reach at 340-201-9005.
We're on Facebook. Go on Facebook and search for It's Your Perspective Talk Show. We're on Twitter. Tweet us at VI Perspective. Our email address is streaming live from the VI at yahoo.com. And the website is coming real soon.
Thank
Stand
you.
by for that.
We'll be right back.
And perhaps the most controversial of the proceedings included the difference between the Ethiopian view of the nature of Christ and the Roman Catholic view of the nature of Christ. That probably was the single most conflicting issue that turned out to be irreconcilable. In fact, throughout the Emperor Haile Selassie, throughout his reign, he was known as the defender
Of the faith.
And he attained that designation because he vociferously defended the Ethiopian doctrine of monophysitism.
Yes.
Monophysitism, according to Ethiopian doctrine, means that the nature of Jesus Christ is singular and divine. Whereas, on the other hand, the Roman Catholic view and interpretation of the nature of Christ is that Christ is impossible, if not a very difficult feat to achieve.
Okay. All right.
So what we find, if I could just digress, what we find throughout history, whether we examine it from a secular or a religious standpoint, we find that religion, particularly Christianity, has been a part of the subtext and the reason that certain things were enabled and proceeded accordingly. There's a subtext, a religious subtext behind much that occurs today in the world, whether we talk about the religions of Abraham, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam,
Right.
which are really the hallmark of the religious conflict that is currently animating the world.
Okay.
So we need to look at the religions of Abraham with a broader perspective and with a stronger sense of ecumenism,
Okay.
and understand the political facts on the ground which brought the advent of these religions about. Who were promoting the Crusades
Okay.
and Western Catholicism, Roman Catholicism, wanted to enlist the help of this Prestigion and this kingdom, Christian
The
kingdom.
kingdom.
He wanted to enlist Prestigion's forces to help reclaim the Holy Land, which was taken by the Moors in the 8th century.
Right.
And so this legend generated political legs, and many people around the world undertook efforts to find
Pastor
Prestigion.
Yes. Yes.
But it was a part of a great myth, and the myth is still retained in certain quarters.
Okay.
But also throughout history, there has been an interaction or interface between the Roman Church and the Ethiopian Orthodox Church.
Okay.
And in many instances, conflicts would develop.
Right.
In particular, the Society of Jesus, or the Order of the
The
Jesuits,
Jesuits. Yes.
have a very colorful history of Ethiopia, in Ethiopia, and surreptitious operations
Mm-hmm.
to infiltrate the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. And at one point in history, the Roman Church was able to convert some Ethiopian emperors.
Emperors. Right.
You know.
Yes. Yes.
And ultimately, the emperors, one in particular, his name slips me, who abdicated the throne because of the furor that was generated by him converting
To Catholic.
to the Roman Catholic Church.
Church. Right.
And his son brought it back. But history is very colorful in terms of the interaction between the two, and it's easy to imagine the motives
Hot.
associated, with these various interactions
Right.
between the two. But currently, and what you find throughout history is that Ethiopia has a strong monastic tradition.
Mm-hmm.
And so within the confines of monasteries, they're able to perpetuate and safeguard the religion
Yes.
from various attacks
Yes.
from the broader world.
Okay.
And so as we speak, there is a very active monasterial system in Ethiopia. And as I mentioned, my mentor founded a monastery, which I am the dean of students and deacons to the Balthazar Monastery.
Okay.
You know, and so there's work that we carry on by way of the monastery function,
Okay.
which is primarily deals with education, teaching, writing, and the study of celestial science.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Wealth of information. I know you could talk all night. We appreciate it very much again, as we said, for you coming to Grace and to have you here in the studio with us tonight.
yeah, man.
And we hope that this is not going to be a one-time thing, my brother.
No, man, you got me.
That's just what we wanted to hear, man.
For sure,
You
for
got
sure.
me, my brother.
All right.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that,
I really
man.
love what you guys are doing.
Thank you, man. We're trying something a little different.
Yeah, it is different, and it is needed. There is a big void
Okay.
for what you guys are undertaking, and there is a serious need in the contemporary world
Yeah.
for what you are doing by way of harnessing technology, you know. And I am pleased to be associated with you guys.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
And as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to make this a home of mine.
You better. You
Yes.
better.
Because of what you
You
guys are doing.
better.
And the fact that it offers a platform
Yes.
for the work that I and others are engaged in,
Yes.
that we think is vital in the 21st century, the
This
third millennium.
This is
Yes.
the way to do it, man.
This is
So
it.
you got me.
Okay.
Okay, man. Thank you, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Gary. I'm just overwhelmed. Because I'm a Rasta man. I love Ethiopia. I love Kidamawi Haile Selassie the first. So anything in Ethiopia, I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
there,
just deep
right?
deep knowledge, man.
Yeah,
Understanding, man.
Yes, and that is that because of who Ethiopia is and who she is, that the world just totally blacklisted. Because I'm saying, one of my favorite saying is that if Kidamawi Haile Selassie the first had come out of Europe or come out of South America, the world wouldn't know who he was. But because he come out of black, dark Africa, that's why they sweep it under the mat. But
Absolutely.
we know who the King of Kings is. So,
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
again, Gary, we thank you very much.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, man.
Hope
Nice
next-
meeting you. We're gonna definitely be hooking up again here.
Hope next time you could bring some of your works in, and then we could show the world too, and
We,
go
we,
forward.
we could definitely talk about my works, and I'm also working on some websites.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll share them with you
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
next time.
Next
Okay.
time, right?
Okay.
Right.
As well as what I have on the agenda going forward with my publications and
Okay.
some other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
This is a start, man. We're on our way, man.
Yeah, this is your perspective.
This is the It's Your Perspective talk show, man. We've been blessed and graced with Gary James, man, a writer. Just shared us just with a bunch of knowledge. I feel smarter already.
So,
So
for sure.
thank you. We're gonna do about a 1 hour show tonight. It's like 9 o'clock. Maybe a couple minutes will be done. But we're gonna be back Tuesday, Wednesday, and
Thursday of next week
at 8 p.m.
at 8 p.m. sharp.
sharp. Definitely.
And then we just go forward from there.
We got many more surprises coming up. And as we said, we're moving forward. We're moving straight. And come on, this is a movement of positivity.
Upliftment, enlightenment,
You know,
empowering.
just
know?
put your boots on. Let's start marching.
Yep.
That's the way it goes, man.
Yeah, well, I'll be in lockstep.
All right, Gary. Thank you very much. Again, we take a quick break.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. It goes by fast. Tuesday and Wednesday night, we do 2 hours by ourselves. Just go.
Trash is an exclusive feature of the humans. Not so arrogant that no champion. Enemies sharing safety secrets.
Step we need.
In denial.
Get us up to the next level, you know.
Holding on to each other.
Definitely, man. We got a lot of things planned, you know. Website, and we've been struggling a little bit with the website, but
No, they say it's not us. It's the other ones are dangerous. Yeah, a nuclear party with uninvited ones who show up. Oh, yeah, world with a real in their heart, hope not. Yeah, you can see the act out in a giant sandbox. To gain, to lose, to gain, to lose your soul. Yes, to gain, to lose your soul.
All right, good night, good night. It's your Perspective Talk Show. Your host, Campbell Carter, along with.
David, aka Kimba Christian.
Again, we want to thank our guest that was in studio, Mr. Gary James Otter. Thank him very much for that wealth of information that he just gave us. And
Yeah, man. I'm feeling smarter already, man.
definitely we'll see him in the near future. Tonight is going to be a short night for us.
But we'll definitely be back.
We'll
on,
be back next Tuesday
Wednesday
and Thursday from 8 p.m. until.
More surprises, good music.
More good music, go surprises, more information to empower, to enlighten, to make us self-aware. Again, it's your Perspective Talk Show. Thank you all listeners. Thank the world and everybody else that coming over to that's hearing my voice or seeing me live. Thank you very much. One love. Have a blessed night. My brother David.
Yes, sir. Ja.
Rastafari.
Yes,
Gary.
sir.
One love. Blessed love. Everybody be good until we meet again. Peace.
You know the city components in the country make up. dig a little deeper, how the bottom line tough. When social welfare program delete and cuts, that's when they bail out recipient a bonus. One time ago they used to say they own us. Now with this time them all a tax and loan us, and social programs certain country never conceive of. So they say so don't complain, things coulda worse than worse. Talk with the sincere of speak up blush. People suffer sinister meditation enough. Political policy is a fit to with everybody. People inadvertent unanimously must be affected in the entirely. It can cause dire straits or cause a prosperity. Rasta said the cause we have naturality. The highest chemical of potent is still naturality. Combinating